YouTube like maybe a year and a half ago, and I came across as a guy, Alex from Good Energy, and I found out about trucking. I said, oh, man, that sounds amazing. Sounds like something to do. Then I found Trucker Brown, his commentary, and I'm listening to him, and I said, maybe this is something I can handle. So then I just started reading about dispatching, and I was coming across dispatchers, but I wasn't really getting knowledge. But hey, make the call, do this and do that, and you get the load and get the money. So it wasn't no full detail. So about a year ago, I came across you and started taking notes because you direct. You don't beat around the bush, and that's what I like. Directness, that way I can get what I need to get to be successful in what I'm doing. So I told my wife about it, because she's gonna be mainly the one dispatch. We both work regular jobs already, but this is something I want to do for building up more generational wealth for my family.
Okay.
So, after we get this dispatching down pat, because we're not going to start dispatching right away. We're going to keep practicing and practicing and practicing, because we're not under no pressure. So I don't want to we're not going to do anything to be professional dispatchers.
That's good. So you actually doing the smart way. Instead of jumping, you preparing that knowledge. You've been studying. And I talked to your wife yesterday. She has a computer knowledge, and you guys doing it as a couple together. So it's good because you exchanging information, you reinforcing, and does not happen that often when people start researching, investing in knowledge first, because you understand your liability, right? You cannot take some carrier who maybe have been on the road for 10, 12 years, save money to finally open his MC. And because you did not invest in your knowledge that you're going to play this little game, becoming a dispatcher, you know that because you have values. So that's what's very important. And I see that because you cannot put people out of the business just because you're naive or you don't want to invest in knowledge. So that's why I really appreciate that. And I really proud of you and your wife, because guys, those carriers do not deserve. And that's why I'm direct, because dispatcher is the one who can keep them going or who can put them out of the business. Not their financing for trucks, not their insurance, but actually dispatcher. And unfortunately, we have so many desperate dispatchers who, like you say, close the truck, charge them 15%, do this, do that, buy the Bentley, and that's it. Well, it's not about your Bentley. And sorry, let's be honest, all trucking gurus, you cannot get Bentley with dispatching 2 trucks. Let's be realistic there. But you need to make sure you know profit and loss. You need to make sure what is he has, how he drives to actually be on the team. And when you're going to reach out to your carriers with that perspective, when you're going to put them first, you're going to have no problems to find the carriers who are going to work with you. But when you want to reach out, how are you going to pay me? How are you going to pay me? Well, that's not even dispatching. Okay, so I'm very proud. And I've seen that you guys been studying and you've been returning phone calls today. What do you think finally you realize, like, what else has to be improved by you to do it better, like you personally?
The times.
Okay.
The times, making sure but the driver's hours of service is up to par and things like that before I can book a load. It's baby steps, little at a time, and just continuing to build confidence and making these calls to the brokers. So when I call, I don't want to sound like I'm a new dispatcher.
No.
I want to couple all my experience together. So when I call, I'm a pro.
And I can tell you this, you guys are finishing training now and you can consider yourself new, but with the knowledge you got and foundation, you actually not new. You already better than 50% of dispatchers out there. And not because I'm telling you that I am the best instructor, but I just know reality. And when Gregory, we're going to ask him questions, he probably going to confirm that most of the dispatchers who start dispatching, even if they dispatch for a year and a half, they never invested in foundation. So actually you have way more than they. So don't ever consider yourself as new. You don't have, yes, because you have enough to be better than most of them. And I can promise you that. And not because I'm direct, because I know if you put the effort and you finish the homework and you today sign up for, that means that you already observing everything I gave you. And it's way more. Now, even rewatching the videos, we were talking to your wife when she was practicing. Now, sometimes you say, finally, after the practice, I understand why she was stressing that out, right? Because sometimes you watch my video and you took the notes. Now, sometimes you're going to rewatch something like, oh, finally, I understand why was she's asking a million times, what is the command? Where are we going? Are you sure that we're going there at 5 p.m., right? So now it's a time to observe this, but very pleased with both of you guys. You're a great couple. And I mean, very, very, very proud of you. And hopefully we can see their honest reviews about the training so we can help other people, because it's a lot of instructors there, and some of them do a great job and some of them just try to promise nonsense, and that's a reality.
Yes, and we're going to also be safety class.
Sounds
You want to join the safety class? I would have had a whole, like, the packet. So when we do go out here and present ourselves, we ain't just representing us, but we also representing the person who trained us. So we get out there, you know, everything's going to be everything.
Yeah, and that safety is gonna really set you apart, because most of those carries, again, guys, was this safety too early for you because you still need to digest? So we're gonna have one in July. So maybe for some of you, July would be an option. Of course, reach out. We're gonna give you discounts because you're previous students. But safety and compliance with dispatch, totally different level, because you talk to them differently, and plus you helping them to stay in business. Most of them have no clue, and then they lose in their MC. And nowadays, it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Plus, it's always extra charge and extra knowledge, because a lot of people start dispatching, but if you have safety, well, I charge more because I do this, this, and this, right? So this is like extra stream of income, but also it's totally different way you're gonna look at those routes, at those stuff, because you know the safety, you know what does it mean, go to certain area, right? You don't need that $500. You don't need that $500 where is a chance to go through very strict wait station where you know that he doesn't have permit, or when the routes are dangerous. You're not gonna do that, not only as a dispatcher, but now as a safety and compliance. So let's talk about experience today. Why do you want to be a dispatcher? And why did you choose me? And do you feel like you learned something? And what do you need to improve?
Oh, I have to improve a lot. I actually was planning to send you a thank you letter email, and I still will. You have a tough personality, and I love that. I relate to that. I relate to that. It's almost like a military style, but you're really good, and you're very knowledgeable about everything. I actually really, really appreciate learning from someone who owns a trucking company, and not somebody that just teaches. Like, you can go to college and take a business course, and the professor has never owned a business at all. So coming from, and that's one of the reasons why I chose you, because you do have experience. You have 10 years. I know a lot already about you. You have 10 years in trucking, and you've done the work. You came from another country, which is amazing. Makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. So it makes me, it motivates me. That I love it when I see people that come from foreign countries and then they're already independent. And I don't want to be a 9-to-5 type of employee anymore. My background is sales and finance. I learned about trucking mainly because I was doing truck finance, and I can tell you what companies but I used to see drivers come through, owner operators come through, and they would tell me, they would, I would, these first time drivers, I did it in California, so I understand the CARB. So there's programs for truck drivers in the first time buyers. CARB is similar to, if you think about it, it's like FHA. They're not the bank, but they'll kind of like co-sign for you. So if you go under, they'll pay, the dealership basically. So, and I would see these owner operators come in, and they would make all the, they would tell me, hey, I want to buy my first truck or their second or third trucks. And you know, brand new trucks are like about 150, you know. So
Oh,
when
that
I
was 3
see,
years ago. Brand new trucks now is 220.
oh yeah, so I'm guessing, yeah, because of inflation. So when I see all of these guys are, you know, they're coming in as, you know, they're doing, you know, all this money, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, if these people can do it, why can't I do it? And I've been wanting to, you know, just start my own thing, my own business. I am interested in, I'm actually going to be working on my real estate license as well too, but trucking and real estate, I feel like trucking is a great, it's recession proof kind of, it's tough market out there, but dispatching, I chose you mainly because of your tough personality, your experience. You're not just all talk. You're just not you're not going by off the books. You actually have real life experience. So, and I love that. And the information is, you have so much information. There's a lot of information, and I need to work on my commodities. I wasn't even thinking reefers until you started teaching. I was thinking more dry van. That's like, but for some reason you like reefers better. So reefers is more challenging because you have to have an experienced driver that knows what to do. And I wouldn't even touch a newbie driver on a reefer. And, you know, so all the commodities, learning the commodities, the zones, understanding that, and I really enjoyed today's class. And so
would you
yeah,
recommend us?
totally. And I'll be putting in my, I'm going to be posting.
Rename Milo. We're gonna rename. It's gonna be dispatch military style training.
No, well, it's just, I mean, you know, it's just, you're tough. You're like no BS, no nonsense kind of type of personality. That's the kind of, I actually, you know, I can relate to that because I can be like that sometimes. And you have a strong personality. I love that. And people that are not able to handle that, like you said, we're not baking cakes.
Yeah.
So
Plus today,
yeah,
did
totally
you see
recommend
today
you.
that the market, did you see that the market and the broker taking advantage? That's why, not because I could sit here and sweet talk to you, and then you're gonna finish the class, you're gonna make the first phone call, and you're gonna think, oh my God, I want to be quitting this. So that's why, not because I'm tough or rude, but because this is the reality of trucking. Even remember, like, you were in sales. If I call you for finance and I will say, hi, how are you? What's your name? What can we talk about? Right? Because we have time. We talk about financing. So you're going to be talking 2, 3, 4 times, maybe even few weeks to set up the deal, right? Here, we have 5 minutes, we have 2 minutes, we have 30 seconds, and nobody has a patience because this is dynamic. So that's why, and I want to show this so people understand, because not everyone can handle this. That's why when people sometimes call me and they say, well, I won't sign up for your classes, I talk to them for 10 minutes and I said, please, unfortunately, I don't think you can be a dispatcher. Not because you cannot learn the terminology, because not everybody can be a sales. I mean, do you agree with me, guys? We have a lot of people who can do great job, but they cannot own the business. They cannot be a salesperson. They can do something else very well. Do you agree on this or not? Yep. You can improve and get to this if you have the knowledge. That's why I concentrate on giving you knowledge, because to make phone call, this is not something which you cannot learn. To ask the question, this is something, but first you need to have a knowledge. And that's why I am tough on that foundation, on that cutting nonsense out. Everything else you can improve. You can become way better than me, because Mila, you were born here. No excuse for you now. I'll be watching you.
Totally agree. I have no excuse.
Because see, that was dummy email, but you do have the phone number. Okay, that's good. So you know where to go. So R2 Logistics, they are B. Okay, let's go. So this is a shorter load. We need to make sure we pick up Saturday, right? We can pick up only after 12 in Dallas. We deliver into Oklahoma, hopefully on Sunday, right? Let's see if we can get $850. It's a shorter load. It's Easter. Do you need to validate that? So let's call and see.
Okay. Hi, Carl. I was calling about a load that you have from Dallas, Texas, going to Oklahoma City.
It's going to be 10:30 a.m. pickup tomorrow, 5 a.m. delivery Monday. Is that good with you?
You said, what was the time again? I'm sorry.
10:30 a.m. pickup tomorrow, 5 a.m. delivery Monday.
Okay, and can I ask what are the zip codes? Like, where is it going to?
75211 and 73108.
Okay, what is a commodity?
Okay. And what is the shipper and receiver info?
It is from Mott's Rider to ABC Coca-Cola.
Okay, and what is the commodity?
43,000 pounds palletized Dr. Pepper, and it's also posted for my best 600.
Okay. Is it in driver assist?
No, sir.
Okay.
No assist, no touch, no lumper, no smell, nothing.
Oh, can we pick up later?
Okay. Can we pick up later?
I need somebody there at 10:30.
Okay,
Can you
30.
check if we are set up with you?
Can you check if we're set up with you?
Okay, what's your MC number?
Yes, my MC number is
No, sir.
Can we get set up for the future?
Oh. Okay. Can we get set up with you for the future?
To do the packet, I actually have to book you a load. If you see this one posted tomorrow when you're empty and ready to go, call me, and I can do a packet then. They won't even need references on the weekends, but I can't right now. I'll hold off.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He told you what time is the pickup? 10?
Yep. He said 10.
10:30.
What time are we delivering?
Monday.
He said,
Dallas, I told you we delivering 10.
right.
So right there, right? Did not work already, right? So right there, instead of killing him, what is this? Second part, what did not work? It's delivering Monday, 5 a.m. short load, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for $600, Kader,
Mhm.
right? So do you
Right.
see how fast you have to remember the details? So
Yes.
right there, unfortunately, sir, this does not work because we can pick up at 12. You tell them because you know you're not that far. So probably 12, you can do that 14 miles, right?
Mhm.
Yes. So is there any other loads? Is there any other loads? Because this is a big load, so they probably have. So that's what should happen, right? Instead of talking about something, what if you ask him for money and he gives you money? And then finally you say, oh, by the way, I cannot even pick up. Don't you think he would get pissed? I would get pissed. I would make sure that their transportation never gonna book loads with me. You guys don't want me on the brokerage side. Right, Mr. Morris? Because if you would call me wasting my time, believe it or not, I would mark like dispatchers do not know the details. Do not waste their time, your time with them. Boom. So that's why you guys have to be like really, really on your game, right? But we are practicing. That's why now you understand why I'm putting in your head so much info because you like a little computer, right? Boom, 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 done. That's why preparation before the load, right? That's why when Julia said, why do we need to look at details? Because you need to know, okay, 10 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, I can be there. So you already know that, right? When he gives you that, you spot right there because you know your truck. He doesn't know where your truck. He doesn't know your hours of service. He doesn't know what's going on, right? Okay, next one. Who is calling? Remember, you delivering Saturday, 10. By the time you deliver, and if you have 140 miles, what time you're going to be there? It's Saturday, Easter. So do you see? This is already suicidal mission. And I'm teaching you, do not do suicidal mission from beginning. Yes, agree? I mean, agree
Yes.
or disagree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, good. So that's why we're practicing. So you look and you spot and you cut the nonsense right away. Okay, Lenny, see the load number? So if I copy right here, copy, and I go to C.H. Robinson, and I'm going to put this number right here. So if I want to post and see what they have, but if I have the load number, I can click, and this is a load. Augusta, Wisconsin, going to Bloomingdale, Illinois, picking up at 6 p.m., delivering 10 a.m., which is nonsense. We are early truck. Here you can see details. See, you can see what's commodity. You can book or you can play casino. And they say that they have reloads. What is a commodity? Canned beans, right? Way tickets. So for us doesn't work because we are not sitting there till 6 p.m. to pick up, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, but that's how C.H. Robinson looks. If you want to look for something, you can put, let's put comma, Wisconsin. Let's change the date for Monday and let's search. So that's how you can see what they have. You can sort by what? We always gonna, for origin deadhead. That's what makes sense, right? The closest one to us, yes? So then all these loads they have for Monday. Look at this, La Crosse, Wisconsin, going to Colony in Virginia. But what else are we forgetting? We are forgetting that we have to put that we only look for drive-in, right? So we're not going to end up, Mila, with what? With a load for low boy. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So now that's what we have. Look at the Arizona, 3,400. Sounds so good. But what are we going to do in Arizona? So market is tough.
Thank you so much for everything. Like, I appreciate the class. I choose you because you're local. I'm Elk Grove Village. You're Schaumburg, Illinois. I came to this country when I was like 23. So I learned the language. I wasn't able to even speak. Then I had the kids, like didn't have time for, like college career and stuff like that because life happened. So I decided to do something in my life. And I decided college will be a long way. No tracking experience, no one, we don't own anything. So I just started fresh, didn't know anything, terminology, nothing. Learn a lot, still have to learn a lot because I feel like whatever knowledge you gave us, it's amazing. Like someone like me without anything, any knowledge, can learn a lot, but that still have to be, we still have to learn. The classes were great. We have all the PDF, we have everything, but we need to study and then keep practicing, like computer skills to get faster, use whatever you gave us, like all the tools that you gave us to improve, be faster, use them up, think straight, pick whatever is the best for us. But it's a process.
It's a process,
So,
and it's just in improving the skill. It's polishing the skills. But I see the way you look at the stuff. Foundation is there. You know the transit now. You learn today. Well, I have to check. So when you have foundation, getting faster, making faster phone calls, it's gonna get there. As long as you have logical foundation, understanding rate per mile, is he gonna be profitable? Different equipments. So yes, it's a lot, and you're not done today. You're gonna redo it, restudy, polish, and get faster, right? And you are local, so wow, look at this. You're a lucky one. We can even go and have a drink.
oh my God.
So make sure you text me. We can go for a walk in Bossy Woods, and then I'll pick on your knowledge because
Oh my God, if I will notice you over there, I will say hi because
well,
I
you can text me. You can text me and say, Alex, do you want to go for a walk in Bossy Woods next week? And I would go. So local people, we do hang out. So there's your chance.
I'll let you know.
I'm very happy that I'm on this course. I'm thanks God you are from Ukraine and I understand your pronunciation and I'm so sorry, but I want to continue studying. I have a goals and I hope that everything will be great. And sometimes,
Julia, listen to me. You don't have to be sorry. We all start somewhere. Okay, your English is great. You understand. You communicate, you just need to catch up. As I told you before, I'm adding you one more time for free, not just because you're Ukrainian and I'm Ukrainian, just because I do help people who needs extra stuff. So you are added one more time. Next time, I don't want you to be sorry. Your English great, you improving. And next time you will be making those phone calls. So you have few weeks to study before we start again. In that class, believe it or not, I will be picking on you. So there's not gonna be no
Thank you
Julia
very much.
anymore. It's gonna be Julia. Tell me this because it's your second class. So I
Of
will
course.
push you. I will push you to where you need to be. But thanks for sitting those classes and doing your best, right?
Thank you very
train.
much.
We're gonna train that ear. And by training, we're gonna start talking. We're gonna start repeating the same stuff. So for you, every day, 20 minutes, start playing with that and say, well, calling about posted load from Chicago to Memphis. Can I get details? So talk loud. I know your kids, your husband, if you're married, gonna think that you're crazy. It's okay. Let them think you're crazy. You are on a mission. You're on a mission to become a dispatcher.
Thank you
Okay?
very much. Thank you.
Dispatcher.
Why dispatching? Are you a driver or you just what is your previous position in trucking? Any experience in trucking?
No, I didn't have any experience in trucking. I initially I have a real estate company, and a few years ago, a good friend of mine, he wanted to go into trucking, and so pretty much he wanted to go and purchase a truck and everything like that. And so we kept having a few roadblocks while attempting to get the truck for just various reasons. And so I wanted to find out if we can kind of get inside of get inside of the industry in a different way. And my wife, she stumbled upon dispatching, and we began really just trying to look around on YouTube and things like that. And that's when we did stumble upon your videos, and it was very informative, and you just gave so much knowledge, and you made me really first like a lot of videos I seen. I kind of got more info about dispatching. I didn't know anything about it, but after watching more of your videos, I was just feeling more confident to sign up for your class. And I took the initial step, and I'm glad I did, because I've been able to learn so much, just so much from it, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And it was also a time, me and my friend, we had a cargo van, and we booked we rented a cargo van, and he wanted just to kind of see how to get loads, and pretty much he booked the load out to Texas from North Carolina for $600. And I mean, it was a bad decision. And before even knowing much about the dispatching, I told him that it was a bad decision, but he still wanted to kind of see if he can get out there and then try to book loads while he was out there. But it was a nightmare, man. And from there, I understood the value of dispatching, so I was able to understand it from another pace then. But the course has been amazing, and I've learned so much, and I'm ready just to sign up for other courses and things that you have coming in the future.
Thank you so much. Again, you still have to go, guys. For all of you, that first initial homework, it is kind of on you to learn commodities, because you need to, just by knowing, wow, right now it's a winter. Okay, summer. What's going to happen in South Illinois, for example? Well, they have watermelons even in South Illinois. Then they have pumpkins. Oh, what's going on with upstate Minnesota? Wow, that's where they make all the boats and jet skis, right? So by knowing those things, it's going to help you with even how to move different types of trailers, right? Yesterday, when I posted that TikTok, that nursery loads, where they come from? Well, Oregon, upstate Michigan. It's going to be Maine also, North Carolina, the nursery loads. But again, now when you look at it, well, you already know, she told me multi-pick, multi-drop, reimbursement, live loading, unloading. So watch it on TikTok yesterday on Instagram. I posted, you see how they take each tree by hand. And poor driver was helping because it was 3 drops. He didn't want to spend a day and a half dropping this, right? But now knowing this, what is the best load? Kader, what is the best load you always want to find? What do we call it?
Golden load?
No, we don't call it golden. What do we call it? One-on-one, no touch, no driver assist, one-on-one. This is our golden load. After we find one-on-one, no touch, we call it golden load with rate per mile, hopefully above national rate, right? So that's a golden load. But see, so you guys have information. Leonid, our hero from Ukraine, tell us. I know it's challenging. We appreciate you
It is.
taking class second time just because of all the circumstances. And we would like to say thank you for being here, especially me being Ukrainian and you going and fighting for freedom. I appreciate it. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
Okay, tell me, what do you feel now? Because today,
Так,
from Harry Potter, you became a wizard in the next one. And did you see his drive? He wanted to go. He wanted to go. So now he feels the drive. Because when you really start doing it, I can tell you this: dispatching is so addictive because when you connect in and you get in, it's just like casino. That's why I love it. So tell me, you got that experience, but why did you choose me? Because we have to finish up. I know you tell me your story already a few times. So why did you think that now with all that experience, and I know that with a war in Ukraine, it's put different, I mean, everybody is in a different mode right now, but why do you think that USA is a market where you want to dispatch?
I've got a story last year. One friend of mine, and you already know him. He's an old friend of mine who left Ukraine 15 years ago for United States and went through all the stages of the life of immigrant, from a guy with a $1 million in the account to the Uber driver. So he told me once he wanted to start a new business called hot shot, that the hot shot transportation. And he asked me as a specialist to advise him on several issues, and I started studying the subject. I went surfing the internet. I realized that what he wants to do is similar to Russian roulette, and with his level of luck, he will definitely shot himself in the head sooner or later.
Okay, so you figure out that hotshot business is overpopulated. So it's over capacity. Too many people jump. Why? Give me the reasons why. Because no CDL required, no drug and alcohol, cheaper equipment. That's why everybody went to the mini sprinters, box trucks, right? So we kind of all jump into it, and that's why it's so hard to even find the loads, right? So you figured that out, and then why did you choose me?
Well, I continued to dive further into the subject of for that U.S. trucking industry. Realized that it was, that was an interesting story because I was reading all that.
So proving one more time, it doesn't matter where you located. You can do this as long as you know the industry and you're not killing trucking. So for me personally, I am okay with outsourcing. Look, we have Leonid in Ukraine. We have Gregory in Dominican. We have other people from other countries. I have no problems with people being everywhere, but doing a good job. Gregory. So Gregory comes also from different country. First, I did not know that. Where are you located, Gregory?
I live in Dominican Republic.
Okay, so tell us your story. How long you've been dispatching and why you still need a class if you're already dispatching?
Well, everything started like a year and something ago. I found by the street by a friend, and we started this business together. And from the point we started to the moment it ended, that partnership, the way I learned dispatching was very disastrous. It was very, very painful because I just had a paper that says that you can go below 2.5 a mile and everything else is good to go. It didn't matter where we're going, the time it took to take the load or nor anything. And as Milo said, like I try to find someone who can look me in the eye and say, like, you're doing something very wrong, like without being straightforward, very honest. Like I'm not sugar made. I need someone to knock me down and say, like, get up, because the job's not done. Like we can still improve and all. And how can I say it? The amount of information that you showed us and that we have to catch it. We have to be always on the look for them. Like there's no other place you can find that. Like this is the only place I've found someone who can look me and tell me like this is it. And if someone else is telling you that it's not like this, that's not true. Like it's as it is, and you need to work this out. How? Figure it out. Because like, as you said, like this is a casino, right? There is no day like any other. Like,
Yeah, every day is a new day, right? Market changes. Every load is a different, every pickup, every shipper, receiver. So those details are so important. So unfortunately, you're gonna sound like that broken record again over and over. But why? Because you want to do the best for every pickup, every load, right? And
Yes.
sometimes dispatchers forget. They say, oh, in the beginning I was asking, now I'm just asking how much. Well, how much is not gonna define that you're doing a good job.
Not
And
at
the
all.
example I always say, the best paying load on a load board, that does not mean that it's the best load for your carrier, just because it's the highest price. It's a lot of things involved. And I've been seeing you improving, and we actually were talking with you after the last class, and you were telling me that what you guys do today. When we were looking at what you've been doing, do you see that? That's why I want to see from you 2-3 weeks for each truck, because just by looking at it, I will tell you, well, this is your mistake. Like I told you today, Maine should not be for that price because you just got lucky. With experience, you're gonna get there. But Gregory, you need to analyze, because you actually do dispatch. So you need to start analyzing and learning. Well, I am not doing this mistake again, because it is casino, and unfortunately, it's a real casino. You're not gonna get lucky next time. You're not. Okay.
Like it's not fair.
So that's a thing. Secondary, you outside, and we already guys talked. You guys gonna be asking how I'm gonna find those carriers. Remember, everybody wants to be connected, or because they like your personality, because they live close by, because of your origin, because of your nationality, because of your language. So there is no actually certain script like, oh, I am the best dispatcher. No, but you need to connect with them with the knowledge. So for you, Gregory, I want you to start posting what you do. I want your own people to know that you got better. So guys, you need to share knowledge. Don't share BS, but share knowledge. Say, well, and admit even, you know what? Guys, I thought that going to Maine is a good idea. Now I already learned that if you go there, it has to be extra money. Otherwise, don't go. Sometimes admitting what you do wrong, it shows that you improving. It cannot be a perfect picture all the time. I'm not perfect. Sometimes you do mistakes, but you have to eliminate at least 95% of mistakes, right? And if something happens, you need to solve the problems. So Gregory, would you recommend us?
100%. 100%. I already have 2 guys that are gonna train with you for the next class. So like 100%.
Thank you so much.